Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of On the Mic with Mike. I am your host, Mike Larkin, and joining me today for round two, she is adult star, content creator, and a hell of a one at that, the one, the only Miss Rhea Bentley. How are you, Rhea, and welcome back?
Hello, Michael. I'm doing really good, actually, and I appreciate you having me back on. Yeah, it's been several months, going on a year, I feel like 10 months or so.
It has, but I mean, in that same 10 months, a lot has been going down, both in our worlds, respectively, with the podcast world, especially with your world as well. It's always great to reconnect, especially with the news now, Miss AVN Awards Trans Newcomer of the Year nominee. Let's start our hot. Like, first and foremost, congratulations. And number two, what an honor.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I was mentioning, I didn't really see that one coming, and it's a big one. I'm so thrilled. It's so gratifying. And I know we'll probably get into this more later, but it's just the hard work slowly paying off. It's nice. It's really nice finally being recognized. So.
Oh, no, absolutely. I look at it from a stance like this. When you work as hard as you do, and many of the great content creators do, the hard work does pay off. I mean, you look at the AVNs, you look at so many of the award shows out there that are the equivalent to what we see in pop culture, like the Oscars, like the Grammys, like the Emmys. You work to get those moments. And I mean, I look at it from a stance like this. That's what the adult entertainment industry and really life in itself is, making the moments and the memories. And you are certainly on that path. So, I mean, that really does show. And it really does. It's very gratifying and rewarding feeling,
Yeah, for sure. Last year was my first year doing adult, and I did have 4 nominations last year, but they were more fan based, which is great. I have a lot of wonderful fans. So this was the first sort of real big one for me. From the AVNs, it's not the fan awards. So we'll see what happens. I try to, I'm a hard worker, I work every day, and it's just so nice seeing people start to recognize me, and just that little bit of payoff, it's like, if I just keep working every day for so long and nothing comes out of it, well, that would really suck. So, but I plan on being around for as long as I can. I'm really enjoying it.
I think it's a consistency thing, Miss Bentley. I look at it from a stance like this. You stay consistent no matter like what have you. I mean, I look at it from a stance like this. You have so many things and people that are surrounding you, not only with love, but also just in general. I look at it like this. You have the power to apply your craft in amazing fashion, as do all of us do. And I look at it like this. It's one of those things where it's just amazing just to see not only your hard work and your growth, but it's also continued strength and continued growth that really push you to the overall foundation that you are. And I mean, for God's sake, man, you just did a scene for Trans Midnight, Sage Rue, which came out great, by the way. Let's talk about this because, my God, man, I watched the scene the other night. Very hot, very sensual. Talk about it.
Yeah, so I had quite a big crush on him to begin with. He's so super talented. He's got a wonderful member, and he uses it well, and he really shines on camera. So when I was asked to do a scene, I of course said yes. I love Trans Midnight and Penny and Beatrix, the people involved with it, but I didn't know who my co-performer was going to be for a little bit, and I can't remember if they asked if I had any suggestions. Certainly, if they asked me, I definitely threw his name in the hat. But I'm just glad that they got him, because, like I said, I had sort of a little thing for him, and when he showed up, it was just, we immediately like sort of had a connection. I would like to think we did. And it was a really smooth, quick scene. Sometimes scenes are a little tricky, a bit of acting involved, This one just was natural. And we did some maybe a little bit of some unorthodox positioning, which is always kind of fun. I don't like all my scenes to be super vanilla. So yeah, we kind of threw in like that Amazon position, which is kind of his legs up and me riding him. It just kind of just adds a new element of fun, if you will. But it was a great scene. I'm super happy with it. I love the lighting that they do in there. It's got that kind of cool, soft white light. It's very dark in there, kind of noir-y, film noir-y, only in color. I love it. I love everything about it.
I look at it like this first and foremost. I know what a position you're talking about. I look at it like this. You have to add that little flavor, like you mentioned. You don't want it to be vanilla. Have that variety and that spice to it, and that really encompasses what really makes a great scene. And I mean, I look at also what you've done. I mean, one of my other favorite scenes I saw you do, and we'll get into a lot more in today's forum here, Miss Rhea Bentley. But god dang it, man, you and Becky Bottoms also had a hell of a scene together because you two have such great chemistry, and she's another one who's a firecracker who's just absolutely amazing within her craft. Talk about working with Becky, man, because that's another one that really stands out.
Absolutely. That was one of my early collabs with a big name. And that, boy, I can't even remember when that was now. I feel like that would have been last September-ish. I'm not really sure.
2023, yep.
So it was great. We got along really well, and yeah, we just sort of like jumped into it. It's hard to remember back, but it's one of my higher selling scenes, like on the, like mini vids, those sorts of things. And certainly it's floating around on a lot of the porn sites, and there's a shitload of, thumbs ups and comments or whatever. People really dig it. There's something to be said about, we had a good chemistry. She's hot as fuck. I feel like I did some good fucking. I like to top my girls. That's kind of been my thing the last several months. But I can't wait to work with her again. We were actually just communicating last week again. So she's trying to figure out when she can get here to Vegas because she's an East Coaster. So
first of all, let's give a shout out here because a great spot here. You in Vegas now, ma'am. We're going to talk about this just because I like how you brought this up. Shout out to everybody in Las Vegas doing their thing, the adult entertainment industry. Much like how Vegas is the fight capital of the world, such a hotbed for the adult entertainment industry and adult content creation. How is it like now in Vegas, man, doing the damn thing in Las Vegas, the 702, if you will? How you feeling, Miss Rhea Bentley?
So yeah, I was coming out here. I was from Austin, and around last July or so is when I really started. I think that was July or August of last year was my first trip out here, and I ended up coming out here actually at some advice from Becky, actually, which was try to get out here at least every 6 to 8 weeks, every month if you can. Shoot as much content as you can. Stay focused and put in the work. And that's exactly what I've been doing ever since. But those trips, they added up. Each time I come out here, I'm dropping at least $1,000, and I'm getting good scenes out of it. But I was like, plus there aren't any. There's maybe a couple performers, Eva Joy and Carmel God. There's probably a couple others that I'm not aware of in Austin, but there's not a lot of adult creators there. So it didn't really make sense for me to keep dropping the money coming out here. So I just planned it out. I wasn't able to get out here quite as quickly as I had hoped for, but I moved here on July 1st. And also July, this was the hottest summer on record here in Vegas. There was 120-degree day here once.
Oh,
I think eight or 12 days over 115. So it was crazy. It was pretty brutal, but at the same time, Austin was always really hot. There's no humidity here, so it actually wasn't that bad. But yeah, the move went well, there were a few hiccups, but I think I had a collab here before I even had my furniture in here. I had an ottoman that somebody left in here, and I did a collab with my friend Gabby Graveyard because she lives a couple blocks from me. And I've been, yeah, just getting a lot of work, staying focused, and I feel like it was the best move for me. And like you mentioned, this is sort of here in LA, I would say, are the capitals for certainly for trans performers doing adult. So it was a smart move on my part. Yeah.
Oh, great. And I mean, in today's society, with everybody being more open minded, with everything that comes within the adult entertainment industry, people really expanding their horizons. I really look at it like this. I mean, we've come to such a normalized society and how we really accept adult entertainment and content creation. I look at it like this: if people can not only just evoke emotions and elicit reactions, and if you could gravitate towards people with any art form, especially the adult entertainment industry, with the assets, the sensuality, the real deal sex appeals, and overall appeal that comes with this fine genre. I mean, I think it works well, and I think where you are and many people are, it's really become such a hot time period for the adult entertainment industry as we are ending 2024 and heading on into 2025.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it's just a good time to do it because as everyone knows, you can produce your own content. You don't have to have help from the big studios. I honestly don't. I really don't get any work from studios. Certainly not none of the big ones. But I just keep cranking out. I'm doing everything on my own. I put a lot of hard work and thought into everything. Most of my time goes into the editing, which I actually like to do, but I'll spend hours upon hours just editing, till I'm really happy with it. I'm a perfectionist, and it certainly shows. Or I'm not gonna put out something that I'm not 100% happy with. So and I must be doing something right because the nominations are happening, and I'm just getting a lot of great feedback. So I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing for now. And if studios want to hire me, well, heck yeah, I'm totally down for that too.
I like your style, but no, that's the thing. It's very much the DIY mentality of do it yourself, which does really evade a lot of people to get where they are. And I think with that mentality, I mean, it opens up for networking because that's what this industry is about, is networking and just overall connections. And speaking of connections, man, we got to put this into the forefront. Lola Crystals, my goodness gracious. We got a Santa, we got an elf, we got a lot of hotness that goes into the Christmas season. I got to put this over here, Miss Rhea Bentley, because my God, y'all two again, great chemistry when it comes to on the film and behind the scenes as well. But heck yeah, man, doing something for the holiday season, showcasing that holiday and Christmas spirit, if you will.
I love that girl. She was my first collab, actually. She's far away, unfortunately, and in outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. But I just recently did a trip there, and we shot a lot of stuff. But planning it out, we said, well, hey, Christmas is a couple months away, so let's get some cutesy, slutty Santa-y elf costumes, and we'll shoot some stuff. And she invited a couple of friends over. So yeah, I kind of cranked that one out semi-quick because now this week is the perfect time, with Christmas just a few days away. It was so fun though. And I love her. She's so great. We get along so well. Every time we film, we don't have to try. There's no acting involved. It's just sort of magical with her. I love her. But yeah, it was fun scene. I'm kind of her. Technically, I'm supposed to be Miss Claus, and I'm disciplining her because she's turning out really ridiculously large dildos and stuff, much too big for the people. And so I have to start disciplining her and give her some spankings and so forth.
Very funny. It is. I look at it like this. First of all, again, very creative, which goes into great scenes. I mean, when you think of Christmas time, you think of Christmas movies and you think of everything, but you amplified this to just not only just holiday spirit and sensuality, but you amplified into the creativity sign of one of the most integral parts of the season, that being Christmas. And I look at it like this: what if someone like Lola, who again is also very much a sex pot in her own right, she is one of the ones, not only being one of the good ones in the adult entertainment industry, but she just has a presence in her own right when she's on that camera. So again, if you got it, flaunt it, number one. But number two, if you can go out there and do your thing, so to speak, to put in the bluntest of terms, then you're golden, man.
Yeah, no, yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. So, and we, I think we did a second Christmas scene with a guy as well and another elf. So I don't know. I guess I have to hold on to that one until next Christmas. But I couldn't figure out which one to do. This one was a bit easier to edit with just us two in it. But I really like the teaser too. I don't cracks me up with it. Just I found some great little fun royalty free music, and I don't know if you watched the trailer, but it cracks me up every time I watch it. And I threw in some good positions in that one as well, like I like to do. So yeah, I'm giving it away as an incentive on my OnlyFans to the people with their rebill on, which is something I usually don't do. Like I don't really do pay-per-view on my OnlyFans. They just pay their $13 and they get everything. But this one went just to the people with rebill, and then if people want to buy it, on some of the other platforms that I'm on. So yeah, I love it. It turned out great.
First and foremost, I won't tease anybody, but if you haven't seen the trailer, which you should, and not only just the trailer and the film, but it is something. I think the Christmas music royalty free you have to, with especially with so much Christmas music that's out there. It really just does show the fun side of Christmas and just the fun side of what really goes into adult scenes. And I look at it like this, man. It's your own little flavor, your own little style to it, your own different finesse. And you mentioned really get into the editing now, which that is so keen. Like you mentioned, lighting, editing. It's all about, like you mentioned, perfection. And as I say, the representation of your presentation, representing yourself well, presenting yourself well when it comes to said content. So, I mean, that's how a lot of people need to do it. I mean, it's great to put stuff out there, but put stuff out there that only, number one, makes you happy. Number two, that really is going to be the best quality product. Number three, something that stands out and something that'll last a time, because things like this can be timeless in any form of art,
Yeah, I was a little worried because I knew I wanted to put it out for Christmas, but I was a little worried, when it comes time and I'm finally opening up the files and watching it. Sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, this doesn't really look exactly like I thought it would, or I'm not liking this or that. This one's going to be a real bitch to edit and so forth. But this one was easy because a lot of times I will open something and I'll just sit on it for months. And then sometimes if I come back to it, 3, 4, 6 months later, then I don't know, I just think about it differently, or I'm like, okay, I can do something with this now, but maybe I wasn't in the right headspace to deal with it or get a good edit out of it initially. But I do film so much, and I was just counting. I literally have like 50 scenes on the backlog. So I guess I could not work for a little while and just start editing stuff. But I put out a scene a week, and I'm really, I only put out stuff that I like. So, but my latest one was that. And then I really love my performer in Tampa. Her name's Aros. And she's kind of up and coming, but we've shot a few things together, and I don't know, there's always good chemistry with us. So that one is coming out tomorrow, actually. I think the teaser's out now. So
I have seen your past work with Ella, and we got to put this over. For those who have not seen Ella Aros, definitely go follow her on the Twitter front. She is another one, like you mentioned, very much an up-and-comer, and you two, again, great chemistry on there. But there's something about her. I think she's got a nice little spark to her. She's got a nice little spunk, and I think she's going to do very well going forward within her journey into the adult entertainment industry.
Yeah, I do too. Absolutely. Yeah, and that was I've been pretty fortunate, perhaps lucky with the majority of people that I collab or work with. We generally hit it off pretty well. I'm a super, nice girl. I treat people the way I would like to be treated, but occasionally you'll work with someone and, you just don't really have a really good vibe there. But Ella and I certainly, like, I could just talk to her on the phone for hours. We just get along well, and she's beautiful. Yeah, she has her own thing going that makes her sort of unique, and I'm excited to work with her some more. I don't know. I'll probably see her in LA during the TEAs. I don't think she's gonna make it for the AVNs last time we spoke, but yeah, it's always an exciting thing when I know I'm gonna get to see Ella. So
Wonderful. And you mentioned, I'll mention this briefly since you did mention the TEAs and AVNs. Great award shows and great pageantry to really get to see the pleasantries of just meeting everybody and connecting. But also look at it like this, man. For you, it's got to be awesome just to see. And I know there's a lot of expenses that go into it. I mean, doing your thing in Vegas now, but the travel just to get to meet up with everybody, I think is wonderful because not only the connections are there and the networking is there, but you get to do a lot of cool stuff. And I think that's what's really great about it. Yes, it's the grind and it never stops. But god dang it, man, going to these different cities and really collaborating and putting out the forefront, that's always a huge plus.
yeah, for sure. TEAs in particular, just because all of the stars are there, all the trans performers, the award winners, the A-list. I'm B-list, but they're all there, and I remember just sort of all of these. I didn't really plan anything, but all of these sort of collabs just happen. Like I got to work with a couple of my favorite performers from abroad, Stacey Summers and Emily Adair. I've met Eden Espy there and Dusty Bunny. So it's just like, and who else? Just, I don't know, just other people. So, and I just miss it. I'm looking forward to it. In fact, I actually reached out to both Emily and Stacey today to see if they're planning on coming out again, because I would love to shoot some more with them. They're just such wonderful people, so.
I look at it like this. Besides every wonderful people that you meet, I look at it like this, man. Not only is it what you put into the universe, like you mentioned, treating others the way you want to be treated. I think with that stuff right there, that really just goes to show not only the pro that you are, but just the fact, I'll put it to the bluntest of terms as Rhea Bentley, you're the bomb. You are the bomb.com, to put in the most bluntest of terms. And speaking of someone else who is the bomb.com, you got to do your thing with another person who's a Las Vegas native, and she is a cutie beauty in her own right, very sensual, and she's also someone who just is a pro in her own right. I'll talk about Kyla Keys, man, because y'all have some great chemistry, like we mentioned with the previous performers. But god dang, man, what a firecracker she is, and just a beautiful smile, beautiful everything. Kyla Keys is where it's at.
I have nothing bad to say about Kyla Keys. I could marry her. I love everything about her. She is such a wonderful person too, and one of the best performers. A smoking body. I love her look, her hair, her makeup. I like that she's super limber and flexible and can be put in all these cool, fun positions. Yes, so I've worked with her 3 times now. The first being Trans Daylight. No, the first one was a collab I did that my friend Max Jenkins shot, and boy, that was one of my hottest, homemade collabs ever. We did it. I still wasn't living here then. We did it at the Palms. Everyone shoots porn at the Palms here. It's crazy. But oh my god, it just turned out so wonderful. Total connection, and like something about, like I was mentioning, her gymnast sort of body, just being able to do these fun positions that I couldn't do with a lot of people. It just like super hot. And then I did that latest one with her for Trans Daylight, which I think it's amazing as well. I was a little bit more, we were a little bit more limited to what was sort of allowed position wise. We didn't have quite as big real estate to work with, you know, but it turned out hot as fuck. And then coming soon to a theater near you, did a nice threesome with her and with Max Jenkins. And oh, yeah, I was just glancing through those files, and I'm excited to start editing that one for sure. So I love Kyla. Love you, Kyla.
Exactly. Love you, Kyla. And I mean, like you mentioned, the flexibility. I think what's also great about her character and her presentation, she has that aesthetic about her. Like you mentioned, the makeup from everything from head to toe. She has the perfect aesthetic of what an actual adult entertainment is and looks like and what it's supposed to be. Like you said, it's one of those things too as well. I cannot wait to see that threesome when it does come out. I know it's going to be absolutely superb. But she's another one that a lot of people can really not only learn from and adapt and grow from, but she's another one who's just an absolute pleasure and an absolute delight. Got to put out another name out here because I've seen a lot of the photography, you two together images, whether it be Instagram or on the Twitter front. Miss Arya James, man, what another one who was just absolutely just a breath of fresh air, such vibrancy and etiquette and everything that goes into her, and just overall vibes. Can you talk about working with Arya James? Because my goodness.
Yes, she is so beautiful. That's so funny. Actually, when we hang up, I'm meeting her in Smash, just to go out and have a little fun tonight. She is an amazing performer. She's wonderful with makeup too. That's just something I still haven't quite mastered, but she's kind of given me some schooling on makeup and hair. I'm trying to grow out my hair. That's the other thing. I guess you figured out. I was always doing, the hair wigs and stuff. I still do sometimes. But yeah, Aria, she is amazing on film. We also we've been filming quite a bit. We just did Queer Crush maybe 3-4 weeks ago. I don't believe they've put it out yet. I have not put it out on my end yet, but yeah, we have like a great chemistry. She's fun. There's no acting with her either. She likes things kind of hard and rough. And I like topping my girls, like I was mentioning, and she's another one that I can kind of just be myself with, let loose. Don't have to stick to super vanilla stuff. So I love her to death. She's been a really close friend of mine since I've moved here. Probably my closest female friend for sure.
I think that's wonderful. I mean, we mentioned the connections and also just the fact that she also gets to let you do your thing. As we always talk about letting the freak flag fly. But I think at the end of the day, too, what's cool about that, too, is as well. And it's the expression and the overall vibes, like we mentioned. But to really express yourself and really just go all out, amplifying yourself in that character, taking it to the next volume, so to speak, pumping up the volume. And I mean, when you have someone like a Smash Thompson, too, as well, another great performer, like he's another one that really can collab with a lot of greats. And I look at it from a stance too, like this. I mean, when you have like a veteran in that right with Smash, and you have Arya, that's a connection for just absolute spontaneity and all around combustion, but all around awesomeness at the same time, so to speak.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I have not put out. I know we have filmed the three of us together. It's just something I haven't got around to editing, but I'm excited to. Yeah, they're both great performers. I've worked with Smash a few times now, and he just has such a warm and hilarious personality. It's hard for me to keep a straight face around him because he's such a kind of a jokester or whatever. He's always cracking jokes and saying funny things that catch you off guard with his. He has a unique accent, when he speaks, and it always brings a smile to my face. So, but yeah, they're wonderful people, and I'm excited to continue to work with both of them for sure.
It's the characters and personalities, and I think really opening up one to the ones in themselves that brings everybody together. I think in today's day and age, especially with how the climate is, you have to be more united, not divided, in any aspect of life, in any facet, so to speak. I think that what brings a lot of people together not only are your scenes, Miss Rhea Bentley, but just you and your energy. I got to say right now, I cannot wait to see what 2025 has in store for you, because if this year showcases anything that we've seen from you and we're going to continue to see from you, I cannot wait. I can't wait to see where your journey takes you next.
Well, let's hope so. I'm certainly not going anywhere. I'm continuing to learn for my craft. I'm doing a lot more topping, which I didn't really think was going to be much of a niche for me, but I'm actually really liking it. So, but yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing what I do. I'm OCD and I'm a perfectionist, so I think in a way that kind of helps me out with a lot of this stuff. And I'm a planner. I like to plan out all my scenes and just spend a lot of time obsessing during editing and putting out, the best product I can. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep plugging away, doing my thing, and hopefully more and more people will discover Rhea Bentley. So
I look at it like this: don't apologize with the OCD stuff. I myself in that in my own right. I mean, it's one of those things too. Like you mentioned, you have the plan, you have the creativity, you have the vision, and you have a certain thing that's in your head, and you want to put that story and paint it on that canvas, so to speak, within your craft. So I totally understand that. And I think that really goes a long way with the preparation side of things. There's a lot that goes into creating content and putting out a doggone good scene, as well as telling the story while in the making of said scene. And I mean, for God's sake, Thea Days, Nikki Sequoia, so many great people that you had to work with in that ride as well. I look at it like this: you see a lot of people retweeting scenes that they've done with you. You've seen a lot of people that you've been working with behind the scenes, the cameras, the shots, and everything. That just goes to show that your rep, man, your rep is intact, and your rep is just awesome. I got to say it right there, Rhea Bentley. It's awesomeness at its finest.
oh yeah, thank you so much for saying that. Yeah, I'm certainly getting a lot more females contacting me wanting to do scenes when they come into town, which is great, because I want to work with everybody. I really do. I just want to work with as many people as I can. But at the same time, I reach out to a lot of people, and I'm telling you, 8 out of 10 times they don't even get back to me. I'm not everyone's cup of tea, and that's fine. And at the same time, I understand people are busy a lot. Sometimes text messages can get buried. So, but yeah, people are reaching out to me, which is a very nice feeling. I will say that. So, I have a few things planned. Certainly, well, a little later after Christmas, and then certainly January, come the week before, and the week of AVN's coming up. So we'll have to see what actually comes to fruition.
Well, no, it's busy, busy, busy as we all are, and I look at it like this, man. As they always say, you really go out of your way when it comes to this. And it's a hard business because there's always the part of the thing where it's just like maybe they say no, and sometimes they will. Like you mentioned, not being someone else's cup of tea, but you are a lot of people's cup of tea to a lot of us, including myself and many people that surround yourself with you. And I look at it like this, man. In today's day and age, you don't know unless you ask, number one, but also number two. That's the beauty of how you build that, foundation of yours, is always continue asking, and that creates content and people and rapport and everything. There's an etiquette that goes to this, even though people want to laugh and give a little haha because it's adult entertainment industry. It's porn, but at the end of the day, in everything, there's an etiquette and there's a science to it, so to speak.
Yeah, no, it's a process. So I'll keep doing that, and I've been fortunate the last few weeks getting some good sort of PR, people tweeting about the AVN nomination and the scenes with Kyla and Sage, Rue. So, and all of that stuff helps, certainly. I think, when other people post or tweet about me, more and more people will see it, and hopefully eventually they'll come around. Sometimes people are a little stubborn. You got to give them a little shove. Yeah, Rhea Bentley.
Well, I think we're going to get a lot more push and shoves and, dare I say, kicks and maybe kind of more nudges like, hey, go check out the Rhea Bentley side of things, which y'all should. And I will say this, man, if you look at her Instagram over here, shots in the club with Miss Variety Itzel and just a lot of your great friends, man, I got to put that over because y'all are looking good. You're out there partying, doing your thing, good times, great memories. I got to put it out there, man. It's on fire with what I've been seeing on your Instagram front, man.
Well, so yeah, I started with an Instagram early last year, but I quickly got banned. I guess I was pushing the envelope a little, and they didn't even give me like a chance to fight it. It was basically, I tried to log in, I couldn't. It says your account has been banned for posting questionable, stuff. Yeah, I wasn't posting nudity, but yeah, I was pushing the envelope a little. But I finally got around a month ago to resetting it up. So it's just safe for work stuff, which I suppose is a good thing, because that way fans and other people can just sort of see more of the real side of me, just hanging out in my normal day life clothing. And, I like to run. So I post sometimes stuff about running, but honestly, I'm kind of a homebody. I am going out tonight, but I usually don't go out, but like once every other week. So I'll post like, a picture out with the friends, that sort of thing. But like I said, it kind of gives the fans a different glimpse into, my normal sort of life, my geek life.
Hey, I mean, I look at it like this. It's an extension of who you are. And I will say this on the sidebar. Like when your profile came up and there are people you may know on my IG, I'm like, oh snap, there's Rhea. So I got to check out your Instagram like right in full effect. So I got to say, you definitely should check out Rhea on Instagram to just see the homebody, the runner, and just everything that really is the accoutrement and the aesthetic of this awesome and amazing human being. But yeah, I got to say, first and foremost, I like the fact, like you mentioned, like you're a homebody, but also, you'll go out every once a week. I am the same way in my own right. I think it is just like this, man, because we got a lot to do. We got a lot of things to say. We got a lot of things to produce and put out into the forefront, put out into the universe. So, I mean, the days are, get to us, but at the end of the day, too, each and every minute, each and every hour of the day is worth it. And I think it's all about putting that work in,
Yeah. I do know I need to have a little bit of fun time, keep my sanity. So I do try, honestly, because I've only been here 5 months now. I don't have that many friends here yet. So I am trying to go out once a week just to kind of get out and try to meet more people, or, invite some other sort of performers that I know, may not know real well, but, try to get them to go out, meet me for dinner or coffee or whatever, a cocktail. But yeah, I have to balance my lifestyle a bit, but really, yeah, I am a homebody. I like to cook, and I like to, at the end of the night when I'm done working, just sit on one of my couches and watch a couple hours of something on Netflix or whatever, just to kind of have an escape. It's just part of that living balanced life that I need. I can't edit videos and network all day. It will drive me freaking nuts. So I do what I can.
And you do wonderfully. And I look at it like this. I mean, we all need that fun time to wind down, and what a better way than a Netflix and chill, so to speak, and really enjoy some great shows on Netflix. There's a lot. There's a wide array of what we can really take in and watch, especially catch up on your shows, catch up on any movies, because there's a lot going up on the Netflix front right now. And I mean, especially during Christmas time, man, if anybody wants to watch 24 hours a day, 7 days a week of Elf or A Christmas Story, I mean, hey, it's the right perfect time for that. So, I mean, it's the holiday season, and I will say this: you are a gift in your own right, ma'am, as one of the perfect Christmas gifts. And Miss Rhea Bentley, I gotta say this: I definitely love to have you back on in the new year for round 3. I'm so glad you were one of my final shows of 2024. It's been such a pleasure as always.
Thank you so much. I'm really grateful that I've met you virtually as a friend, because you're a wonderful person, and I appreciate you for what you do and having adult performers on. And I know you're mainly doing the wrestling stuff. I wish I knew more about wrestling, but I just know that I'm very appreciative of people like yourself having me on and getting to tell a little bit of my story, because it's important. So.
Of course, it's all about giving people the platform to tell their stories. You get wrestling on this channel, you get pop culture, you get adult entertainers like this one over here, and so many great people on the Mic with Mike series. And it's always really a joy to have you. And really, like I said, folks, if you're not supporting Rhea and if you're not checking out her content, many names that we mentioned in today's show and more, everybody that she's had and done great work with really builds up a great rapport within the adult entertainment industry. And I urge you to check them out because they are hot, they are spicy, and they do the damn thing. Dare I say, tingling of the loins, so to speak. You have been doing a lot of great content. I can't wait to see more. And I always love asking this question. I think we may have asked this the last time in our previous interview, but with such knowledge that you've had right now, and especially with Miss Trans Newcomer of the Year nomination, which again, wonderful, congratulations. You got my vote. Pearls of wisdom, knowledge. What advice would you give to the up-and-comers, much like yourself, who's been doing the thing now and doing her thing, so to speak? What advice would you give them who want to get into the adult entertainment industry, put out that content? What is some of the advice you give them?
I have a feeling this will be what I said last time. I'm not quite sure what I said last time, but just you stay focused, learn. Well, get tested, get set up with the real past certified testing panels. I could go on a whole tangent about people that come into town and they don't test properly. Anyway, make sure you're tested. Learn some basic editing skills, because you don't want to put out crap. Put out some good edits. Spend time doing it, and be prepared to put in the work. I suppose a lot of people assume that this is a sort of glamorous lifestyle. Maybe some people have that. I don't live a glamorous lifestyle. I mean, I'm getting by. I live by myself in a house, so I'm doing this full time, but I work every day, so you have to be prepared to work hard. That's really it. I mean, that's what it boils down to. And just try to find your own sort of niche and character. I don't really advise copying people. I mean, we all have favorite, adult stars that we like, but you can take little bits and chunks of things you like from these performers, but just try to make your own persona, come up with your own shtick, if you will, and then just try to have fun with it too, but just be prepared to work hard. So
beautifully and eloquently said, dropping some knowledge on them, adhere to those words. And I will say this, don't apologize. You can go on a rant about that. I always say this too, and I use it as the 2 S's, and I urge everybody, safe and spectacular, get tested, because then that means you perform in a spectacular fashion within your scenes. Testing is so key, because we have to make sure everybody's out there doing their thing and we're all nice and clean and doing the damn thing. I agree with you wholeheartedly on that. Not to go on a rant and add to your tangent, but I concur with you. That is so important, and people really need to realize that, because safeness and just overall getting tested is so important to making great content.
Yeah, no, it's so true. I just can't tell you how many people come into town wanting to film and they don't do all the testing necessary. So I myself test every single week, and I'm very, very safe. And I don't work with others if they don't get the proper testing and it's within the 14-day window. So, but yeah, it's just part of it,
As it is part of it, and as it is part of the grind, and the grind never stops. We say that over and over again, repeatedly in today's forum, but it is so true, and put the work in, and the etiquette shows absolutely amazingly and absolutely shines right through with all of our works. And I always say this, folks, life is an art form. We're all applying our crafts. Continue to apply your craft in amazing fashion. Speaking of an amazing crafter, Miss Rhea Bentley, where can we follow you on the social medias? Twitter, Instagram. Dare I even say now we got the blue sky, if you will. Where can we follow you on the social media fronts? The floor is yours, man.
The best place to find me is on X. Of course, everyone knows that's formerly Twitter. and my handle is at the Rhea Bentley. And as mentioned, I'm new to Instagram, but I believe it's TS Rhea Bentley. And my blue sky, it's actually it's on my Twitter name right now. I feel like it's Rhea_Bentley. It might be the Rhea Bentley. I'm so sorry. I should have prepared. Brand new to that as well. It's been 3 or 4 weeks. But yeah, best place to find me would be on Twitter. And I have all my links on there. And, my OnlyFans. I'm on all the bigger platforms that most people are, as well as like Fap House and some, the porn sites or whatever. So you can, there's many places you can purchase my videos, but you can subscribe to my OnlyFans without any pay-per-view and get all of my content there as well. So.
Alrighty, and the links will be in the description, including the blue sky. First of all, don't even worry about it. I'm new to the blue sky as well. I just started because, again, it's another place to network and platform, but I'm also starting to get accustomed to the blue sky too. I know it's relatively new for a lot of people, but we're all get there. So yeah. If you want to check her out, blue sky, Twitter, Instagram, everything Rhea Bentley. Google her. You get to see a lot of great films, and especially the OnlyFans. Such a great community for a lot of great fans, like her fans and everybody that checks out this forum. If you want to check out yours truly, SM Show 1 or MCL92 on the Twitter. I think it's Larkin92 on Blue Sky. Link will be in the description, like Rhea mentioned. We're both relatively new to it. Instagram's MLarkinMB and Larkin_92, and subscribe to Mike Larkin92 for all your dues and for all your gets and everything that comes within this fine platform on YouTube for all different shows, like Rhea mentioned, wrestling, On the Mic with Mike, pop culture, and a plethora and an array of topics. So appreciate y'all who listen. And Rhea Bentley, we appreciate you for coming on the show, and you are appreciated as a whole, ma'am. Any final words for the people that have been supporting you since day one? Trans Newcomer of the Year. Let's get it. Any final words to the people?
No, other than just please know that I'm very grateful for all of you, because couldn't do it without you. Got to have fans to keep this wheel turning, if you will. So just nothing except thank you. Seriously. And Merry Christmas to everyone, if that's your thing.
Yes, and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everybody. Like we mentioned earlier in the show, life is an art form. We're all applying our crafts. Continue to apply your craft in amazing fashion. And as I always say to end each and every one of these fine programs, beauty, strength, and dominance are 3 key elements that make women the work of art that they are. And Rhea Bentley, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I include you in those sentiments. Thank you so much for your time.
To me, I love the way you're on to me. Looking at you, looking like you're wondering if we're here for the same reason. And now that you wanna lay in the sun, getting love drunk, sticking like honey. Yeah, I bet you're here for some fun with that someone. If you're looking for a good time, honey, I'm right here. If you're looking for a good night, good vibes, honey, I'm right here. And I'm waiting for you. And I love you in your summer skin. Looking at you, looking like you're into it. We're here for the same reason. Yeah, I just wanna lay in the sun, getting love drunk, sticking like honey. Yeah, 'cause I'm just here for some fun with that someone, feeling that something. If you're looking for a good time,